behind the scenes with future country rock blues kings and queens. Discover them first with Palm Mash TV. Palm Mash TV.
Well, hello there, it's Paul Mash TV time again. Thank you so much for joining us. We got a great interview coming up shortly. But don't forget about that subscribe button and bell buttons below you there. Click those and you're always going to be notified of any new episodes coming your way. Leave a comment on the comment section as well. We'd love to hear from you. And check out the description part because contact info is there. And we're going to repeat that same contact info at the closing credits at the end of the show. So hope you'll stay tuned for that. From Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, we have Shrugs Bunny with us today. Very talented artist, and I think you're really going to like him. And we're going to get to that in 1 second, but first here's a quick word from the Caden Gordon Show, so don't go away. We'll be right back right after this.
The Caden Gordon Show. Today's best country mix is a 2-hour show playing independent and mainstream country music you know and love. Be sure to check it out at thecadengordonshow.com for more information on the show.
Okay, we're back, and with us from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, we have Shrugs Bunny with us today. Thanks for joining us, Shrugs.
Thanks for having me, Paul.
No problem. I'm guessing your name is kind of a takeoff of Bugs Bunny. I don't know. Maybe you can tell us a story about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking of names that seemed amusing, and I don't know. I'm kind of just like when things happen in my life that are kind of stressful, I tend to just like kind of shrug, just try to naturally just calm myself down by just shrugging things off. So I don't know, I just kind of stumbled upon the name just from brainstorming, and I just thought, just stick with it. And one of the main things that attracted me about keeping the name was like when I searched it up, no one had the name. So I was just like, that's good enough for me. I'll just keep it.
Okay. Well, why don't you tell us a little story about why you decided you want to be an artist? I mean, everyone has their own story. Maybe you always wanted to be an artist since you were a little kid. But anyway, tell us in your own words. We'd love to hear it.
Yeah. So when I was a little kid, I was showed Green Day, and I just got really into them, and I picked up a guitar around age 9, and I just started learning about power chords. And Green Day was such an accessible band for a beginner musician because all the songs are just a few power chords and melody, and you're able to play along with your favorite songs. And around the age of 10, I think I went and saw Green Day play at it's Rogers Arena now, but at the time it was GM Place. And at the end of that night, I was just mind blown. Like just the way they captivate a crowd, and they play their songs and people are singing the songs back to them. It was just like a mind blowing experience for a little kid. And I just remember leaving the concert that night, and I just thought to myself, like, one day I want to be able to do that. And I just kept playing guitar, kept listening to different kinds of music. I had a guitar teacher when I was around 13, and he showed me like Jimi Hendrix and Stevie Ray Vaughan and different artists, and he started teaching me how to improvise. You learn what key the song is, and you can just kind of make up stuff as you go along. And that's when I really just started having fun with music. Like I could just throw on a song and noodle around to it even if I didn't know exactly what was being played, and it just kept me so engaged to the point where I started writing my own music. And I had a band in high school with some of my really close friends, and we were playing some shows. It took us a really long time to release a full-length record, which we recorded in this garage, and I mixed the whole thing and recorded the whole thing in this garage, and I wasn't even using Logic at the time. I was using GarageBand, and I just really wanted to get some music out there because we would play shows and get really good reception, but no one would remember us because like when they leave the show, they had nothing to listen to. So it felt like we were kind of just struggling to stay afloat in the music scene. And then we started doing really well after the record came out, but it just so happened to time out with COVID. So once COVID hit and the shows stopped happening, unfortunately, like my bandmates, they just kind of lost the desire. Like when we weren't playing shows, they just didn't really want to come over and rehearse or try to make new songs. They just kind of realized that maybe they weren't super interested in putting all that effort in anymore. So that's when I started the Shrugs Bunny project because I just needed to I just needed to have that outlet. I needed to still write songs and I needed to still put music out. And eventually when shows started happening again, I played an outdoor set at Victory Square in downtown Vancouver and I just had like backing tracks playing off of my iPad and I just had like my guitar and a vocal mic and I was just doing my songs that way for a few shows and then started bringing in my friends, newer friends that that I play music with, and I brought in like a couple of friends to do drums on a couple of different songs. One friend like he came over to record drums, but then he also just brought a saxophone. So I was like, oh, let's use that. So the EP has like three songs, three of the four songs have saxophone in it, and I didn't even plan to have that happen, but I just love having friends that are so creatively involved, and I'm hoping to just get like one or two more EPs out, and then put a bit more effort into like cultivating the live band and starting to try to play shows again. I get to play shows with a couple other different bands that I'm in. I'm in a punk rock band called Bornana, and a different rock band called Saband. I play guitar in that one, and I play drums in Bornana. So yeah, I like being involved in other people's projects, especially like the friendships I've made based off of like bands I've played in. Like the people I play with are just such great people, and they have great friends. So it's just been an amazing experience to just be opened up to the music scene all over again.
Well, that is quite a story there. And I noticed you mentioned people like Green Day and Stevie Ray Vaughan, a couple of bands like that. Would you say they were influences on how you became an artist when you were growing up?
Yeah, I mean, even Billy Talent. I uh, I remember one summer because I mean I wasn't a super social kid. I spent a lot of time at home, and when I was around 13, 14 years old, I got this Billy Talent songbook. It was the songbook that had the Billy Talent 2 record, um, the white one with the mouth on the cover. And I just learned that book cover to cover because I just loved those songs and learning those riffs. The guy Ian, the guitarist in Billy Talent, like those riffs are just so unique, and at least I think so. I think the tone he gets from his guitar and the way he the way he plays is just so it was really inspiring to me because until that I was only really learning Green Day songs and then learning some Hendrix tunes here and there, and then um, I would throw on some Stevie Ray Vaughan songs, but mostly just to jam along because jamming in blues is pretty good for beginners, I think.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, definitely it inspired me to have my own have my own style that definitely um, I drew on the influences of their guitar playing when I'm making my songs, and like since I've been listening to more music over the years, like I love Buzzcocks, I love The Cure, I love Primus, you know, even I went through like a Slipknot phase, and I feel like that and Nirvana, like it just it inspired me to just be vulnerable in my music and just like not hold anything back, like just try to be raw and just try to be authentic with I mean trying trying to be authentic is kind of counterintuitive, I think, but that's kind of that's kind of like my idea is just like I have all these influences, but I also don't want to be derivative. You know, I want to have an authentic feel. So just trying to figure out who I am and what the songs. When I write a song, I want to like it. I don't want to write it because I think other people will like it. You know, like so that's something I've learned along the way is just like stop worrying about what people might want to hear from you. Just make the song and make a song that you would want to listen to, and you'll probably be happy with it at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's good advice there. And like you said, you mentioned some others that were pretty good there as well. And I can definitely see that in your sound. Well, tell me, I guess all your stuff is on streaming stuff, like Amazon, Apple Music, so forth.
Yep. Yeah, I DistroKid has been like a huge step forward, I think, for artists, independent artists to just get their music out and get it more accessible than ever. Like I remember back when I was in high school, I started going to shows around the age of 17 and I was so excited that Bandcamp was a thing. You know, I would go home and listen to bands that I just saw them play on the weekend and they were awesome, and now I get to listen to their stuff on Bandcamp. Like that was big for me, but now having the opportunity to, you know, pay like $40 a year and you get your music on all these streaming platforms, it's just like it's such an amazing step forward for independent artists to just not have to worry so much about distribution. Like as long as you make the music, you can distribute it, and it's such a great thing, I think.
Mm. Well, do you have an official website? Maybe you're on the social media sites as well. Maybe you can tell everybody where we can find you there.
Yeah, I'm at Shrugs Bunny on Instagram, and yeah, that's about it. I haven't made a website yet. I'm not super tech savvy, but maybe one day I'll get around to that. But yeah, right now it's just Instagram. I don't even really post on there super often. I know it's like it's kind of it's kind of getting more and more important to be like active on social media, but I just I don't know. I can't bring myself to make these videos where, you know, I don't know. I'm doing like bullshit just to try to get attention. It starts to become more about an image or a persona than actually about the music you create. So I don't know. I'm just not but that's not knocking anyone who does that. I mean, it's a super impressive thing that people can do to make all this content, and it takes a lot of effort. And I just think for me personally, I'd rather put that effort into writing new songs and getting my next EP out. Like I only have one single and one EP for people to listen to. So, you know, until I get to a point where I have like a nice catalog, I just want to focus on that right now.
Okay. Well, go on Instagram and look up Shrugs Bunny. I think you'll love everything there. And of course, you're on YouTube as well. I guess you got a few songs on there.
Yeah, I have actually a music video for the song Cherries. It
Mhm.
was a single I released in 2021, and I made a little music video for that, so people can go check that out if they want. Um, the YouTube channel is just Shrugs Bunny, so yeah.
Okay. And the actual video we're going to be playing in a second, it's also a fruit, but it's called banana. Uh, that probably got a quite a story behind that. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, um, Banana was a song, you know, that I wrote it um, without really knowing what I wanted the song to be called. Um, and later in the process of recording the song, I realized I wanted to change one of the lines in the first verse. Um, and from uh I changed it from I went walking and I twinkled my toes. I wet my lips and I tickled my nose. And I thought it just sounds a little too like I don't know, like I'm making shit up as I go along. So I moved the tickled my nose part I said, um, wet my lips and I tickled my nose. I slipped and fell on Banana Peel Road, which was kind of like, because I think throughout the EP, I'm kind of telling a story about addiction and,
Mm.
you know, falling deeper down the hole of just like drinking pain away and getting into other drugs as well. And it's just, it just sounded like, it's kind of a whimsical way of like, yeah, like really felt like I was walking on a road covered in banana peels and just slipping and getting up and slipping and getting up and slipping. And
Mm.
so that's just how the song got its name. But yeah, before that, it just didn't have a name.
Oh.
Uh, I'm really bad at naming songs. The Elephant is the name of the EP, and the title track, The Elephant. Then the name is just because one of the last lines in the song is the elephant remembers, it never forgets,
Mm.
and it's I just thought, okay, I'll just call that song The Elephant, and then I have another song called Wolves because there's one line about another day, another dollar, to the moon we holler like the wolves we never thought we'd become. So I was just like, I'll just call that one Wolves, and that's going to be on the next EP. Um, but I just try to not put too much thought into naming the songs. I just try to pick like one of the lyrics out and just say, okay, that sounds like a song name.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I have heard the song, and you're about to in a minute. I think you're really gonna like it. I really enjoy it, and we'll get to that in a second. But Shrugs Buddy, thank you so much for being on the show today. If you ever want to come back again and plug something new, maybe we'll have you back on sometime.
Thank you so much, Paul. Yeah, I enjoyed being here. Thank you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And here it is, Banana by Shrugs Bunny. It begins right now.
Keep it 100.